everyone, welcome back to Roger Journal. I'm Alice. In this video, I'm gonna share a notebook making process. I'm gonna make a notebook like this. I made them for gifts and I thought it's fun to share the process with you. So, they are craft paper based and have labels on the cover and string closures. I love string closures on envelopes. They are very nostalgic and give a vintage vibe. Yeah, that's where the idea came from, big manila envelopes. And I filled the inside with blank papers. I included only the papers have writing space. Because as I said, they are gifts and the recipients, they are not really junk journalers. So I wanted to make something they can use. It's really simple to make, so you don't need to worry about anything. But you are gonna need a crocodile or something that can settle eyelids. So let's get into it. So this is a A4 size craft paper that'll be the base of the cover. It is 280 GSM, so it is very thick, perfect to make a sturdy notebook cover. So I folded it in half because I wanted the notebook to be A5 size. And this beautiful floral paper is from Flourish Collection by Maggie Holmes. I cut it to the sides and added the double-sided tapes on the edges. And then I glued the whole surface thoroughly because you don't want any bubbles. And this is my little tip. Glue on the double-sided tapes too, because it allows you to move around the paper after you put it on the base. You know, when you use double-sided tape, it contacted the other paper and it sticks there forever and impossible to move without hurting papers, even though what you want to do is just move it 1 millimeters. So it is for that, and another reason is it makes the paper less rolled after adding glue. So it's easier to handle the paper. So when you work with big important piece of paper, I highly recommend to use double-sided tape and glue both. So for the inside cover, I wanted to cover it with vintage dictionary pages. So I added a double-sided tape right next to the hinging. This is where you need to give extra care. Then I glued the right side first and did the same thing to the left. You check every edge as well. And the cover has bent because of glue, so I put something that will absorb the humidity between the cover and put it under heavy books. Now it's time to make the inside pages. I pulled out various lined papers, grid paper, craft paper, and colored papers. Only this graph paper were bigger than A4 size, so I kind of tri-folded it so the extra length can be a fold out. And then I cut it to the height. I pulled out a corner punch and a border punch. If you have more punches, you can definitely use them all. You can even punch every pages. It'll make super fun and interesting notebook to use. Now I'm gonna make a signature. When I make signatures, I first group them by size, full size and small size, because I don't want the small pages all together, I want them mixed. So the cover turned back to flat. Before I bind the pages, I wanted to add a label on the cover. They are labels from my October printable. It has various colors and sizes to choose, and I decided to go with this rose-colored label because I thought the rose color complements the pale pink background. So I found the middle using two rulers on the both sides. I wanted to use cotton thread to bind because it adds color to the notebook and also different texture to look and feel. So I picked a similar rose color with a label and cut it to 2.5 times of the length of the notebook. I'm fixing the pages and the cover with bobby pins. And I'm gonna use 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so I poked the 3 holes, one in the middle and 2 on the both ends. If you have smaller pages, then make sure they covers at least 2 holes. If the small pages are fixed by only 1 hole, it can rotate, it's obvious. So if you have lots of small pages, use 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It'll secure the pages better. So I started from the inside because I wanted it to end on the inside so I can make knots and leave the tails, the thread tails on the inside. Before I make knots, I took out the bobby pins to make sure there's no space between the pages and the cover and check the thread is tied on the outside too, then made 2 knots. I wanted to add something on the inside cover, so I pulled out a couple of journal cards. I glued one on the inside cover and the other 2 on the other pages. I thought they would make fun, special little journaling place. So on the back inside cover, I wanted to make a pocket. This is a border punched craft paper. I cut it to the size and added a white washi tape. This is William Morris design, a beautiful and strong adhesive washi tape by MT. So I made a pocket with double-sided tape and put 2 4x6 journal cards in it. So now we only have to make a closure. I punched a 1-inch circle from the same craft paper with the cover. It is thick so it's sturdy and it gives cohesive look as well. And then cut out a smaller circle from paper scrap using a button like a template. This is to be glued on top of the 1-inch circle. I had a little bit of a struggle to find the pattern that I feel right for this, but yeah, you will see in a minute what I settled with. So I punched a hole where I wanted to set an eyelet for the closure, and then I punched the same size hole in the middle of the 1-inch circle. This is the eyelet I chose. It is White Eyelet by Wear Memory Keepers. I always use eyelets from Wear Memory Keepers because I like their quality. I don't want to risk that eyelet setting wrong. But before setting the eyelet, I glued the jute twine around the hole on the cover. And then I placed a 1-inch circle in the eyelet and set them with crocodile. The eyelet will hold the thread securely. First, I rounded the thread around the circle and wrapped the notebook 2 times, cutting the thread to the right length. And yeah, it is done. This is how it is done. It was really simple and easy to make. You can choose your own title for the notebook. If you don't like this, you can always add a washi tape. I left it because I like the distressed look. The pages are eclectic but very versatile and easy to use for everyone. And there's a pocket for storage. I'm really happy with how this notebook turned out. You can add variations by changing little details like I did with other notebooks. Such as this one, I covered the craft paper with dictionary page, then added white washi tape on the spine. and it has round corners. It takes a little bit of more time because you need to punch every page corners, but they have a different charm. And as you can see, this notebook have only tea-dyed blank pages, so it has more vintage look. This one also have round corners. This pattern paper is from one of my digital vintage linen printable flea market. I used one of the labels from the same printable, and the cotton thread color is matching the yellow green on the label. And it also has different string. It is very thin one. And I made it much longer so I can wrap it 3 times. I really love this one. And the inside, it has the same papers with the one we just made. You can also totally change the size. This is Traveler's Notebook standard size. I covered the craft paper with a dictionary page. You can see where the paper was originally bound. I could cover it with like washi tape or something, but I just left it because I really like how it looks. And this is a map of London. The inside has the same types of papers, but since this is much narrower size than others, it has more fold-out pages. And all the labels on the covers are from my October digital kit, except this one. It is from the same printable with the pattern paper, which is flea market. I'll leave links below for the digital printables I mentioned. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Oh, I almost forgot. This beautiful floral paper is from Heritage Collection by Maggie Holmes. Just FYI. So I hope the recipients love this notebook gift, and I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and also let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my new video next Thursday. Bye bye!